Honourable Speaker, sir, Honourable Prime Minister, Honourable Leader of Opposition, Honourable Ministers, Honourable Members of Parliament, and fellow Fijians watching live this parliamentary session, sir. Gurvinaka, and a very good morning to all of you. Honourable Speaker, sir, this is a very special moment for me to stand in the same chambers after only some short 16-odd months, and I'm happy to be back, sir. Grateful to be part of this august House, and also grateful that I can continue to serve all Fijians, sir. Honourable Speaker, sir, I pay homage to the Honourable Prime Minister for giving me this opportunity and having faith in me to be part of the Fiji First team during this enduring time. I'm also thankful to the Honourable Attorney General and other fellow colleagues of the Fiji First Party for their continued confidence in me. And I must also thank my friends, my family, for their continuous encouragement, love and support. Mr. Speaker, sir, as I acknowledge my late father, Maiden Koya, I also treasure his values, sir, and principles that have been ingrained in me, and I'll continue with respect to his legacy, sir. Being away for about 16 months, sir, from Parliament has given me a unique perspective, and I've had the opportunity to reconnect with people in Fiji, especially the grassroots and the business community. And I have made an effort to gauge the pulse of the nation and what Fijians needed for a better Fiji. I've come back to Parliament, Honourable Speaker, sir, with a renewed conviction and a passion to serve the people of Fiji. Mr. Speaker, sir, at this point I wish to thank the former Minister for Industry, Trade and Tourism, Honourable Pramila Kumar, and the former Minister for Transport, Honourable Chone Usumate, for setting the momentum, sir. And I'm enthusiastic in progressing those policies and strategies of the Fiji First government. Mr. Speaker, sir, the world is facing an unprecedented test. And there is no secret that the road to recovery will be long and difficult. Just as our forefathers battled measles and Spanish flu, COVID-19 is this generation's challenge. It is now our turn, Mr. Speaker, sir, to prove that we are worthy of our forebears and that we are up to the task before us. No sector of our economy and no Fijian is unaffected by COVID-19. Today, the challenges we face are real. They are serious and they are many. These will not go away easily or in a short span of time. It will require tenacity, it will require hard work, and it will require new ideas. And there will be no return to what we may have known as business as usual. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is through the guidance and the leadership of our Honourable Prime Minister we will come out of this crisis. There has been his decisive and firm action that has led Fiji to achieve this feat. He has led Fiji out of the woods, and he will be the first to admit that there is still a lot more work that is required. Mr. Speaker, sir, despite what many may think, Fiji is not alone in having to adapt to the post-COVID world, but our challenge is greater than most. And it is greater than most because of our smallness, our vulnerability to climate change and to geographical isolation. We therefore need to develop strategic and in-depth approaches to human development, to regional integration, digitization, industrialization, economic diversification, and international solidarity. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Fijian government has implemented a number of measures and economic stimulus packages to support Fijians. This was by lifting certain financial burdens from the shoulder of those who are most vulnerable. We are also redoubling our efforts and working tirelessly to engage with stakeholders through the help of technology. At present, Mr. Speaker, sir, industries such as medical services and biotech and agriculture and food production and delivery and information technology are growing. Businesses in these sectors are seeing stronger demand and hiring more people. Fiji, Mr. Speaker, sir, has the potential to excel in many of these new and growing sectors. Whilst there will be industries new to us, for which we will have to build expertise and workforce, the Fiji First government's economic recovery strategies are widespread, with training and matching displaced workers with new job at its core. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Ministry of Commerce, Trade, Tourism and Transport has undertaken extensive sectoral and one-on-one consultations with industry stakeholders such as the Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation, the Fiji Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Fiji Hotel and Tourism Association, the Fiji Fishing Industry, the Society of Fiji Travel Association, and many more. And this has led, Mr. Speaker, sir, to the development of an economic recovery strategy, which is being extensively considered across the whole of government machinery. The recommended strategies will be based on the principles such as raising domestic demand and confidence, encouraging our local Fijian-made micro and small medium businesses, such as one measure that was announced on Sunday by the Honourable Attorney General, diversifying and expanding our manufacturing base and establishing industries for the future, such as IT-based BPO, to name a few. Also enhancing our value chains and market access, including bubbles, targeting marketing of key sectors and investment, and also improving efficiency and the ease of doing business by adapting to better technology and electronic business and e-commerce. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is a whole of government approach, and each minister sitting here today is fully committed to achieving the goals that have been set. Mr. Speaker, sir, in addition to the economic recovery strategies, the Ministry, in conjunction with the International Finance Corporation, has undertaken a business survey across the nation of about 3,500 odd businesses, including micro, small and medium enterprises that have participated in this survey. The results of this particular survey will be released in the next few weeks, and this will enable more targeted policies and initiatives. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Fijian Trade Policy Framework 2015, which takes us through to 2025, is going through a mid-term review this year. And as for the tourism tech sector, sir, we will have a successor plan, the Fijian Tourism 2021. These policy documents will take into consideration, Mr. Speaker, sir, the new Fiji and the new way that business will be done. Mr. Speaker, sir, we need to remember that we remain a young nation. But in the words of Scripture, if I may, sir, the time has come to set aside childish and petty behavior. The time has come to reaffirm our enduring spirit and to choose a better history and to carry forward that precious gift, that noble idea passed on from generation to generation. And it requires joint efforts, Mr. Speaker, sir, to mitigate the pandemic's effect on jobs, businesses, international trade and economic growth and development and prosperity. We as politicians should lay the foundations for a strong and inclusive recovery. Mr. Speaker, sir, for a moment, we must take a breather and think. Maybe it's God's or Bhagwan's or Allah's way or wish which has actually stopped this routine. COVID has made the whole world come to a standstill, and we need to stop and think how we do things and how we build a new and stronger Fiji. Discrimination, Mr. Speaker, sir, leads to nothing. Separation between the rich and poor means nothing. Division between races means nothing. Absolutely nothing. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is why I say to everyone that I meet that says we're going to press the reset button. It's not just a reset button. It has to be re-engineering, Mr. Speaker. It has to be redesigning and innovative thinking that will bring Fiji back to its past glory, the pre-COVID glory. This is the time, Mr. Speaker, sir, where this House is, this August is required to come together, putting away difference for betterment of all Fijians. And let's make these decisions in the right way for people who actually look up to us. People who depend on us for guidance. And most importantly, people who have chosen us to represent them here. Mr. Speaker, sir, I am grateful to be given this opportunity again to serve the people of Fiji, and I'm a faithful servant of the Fiji First Government and the Honourable Prime Minister. I'm happy to be back as the Minister responsible for Commerce, Trade, Tourism and Transport, as I am familiar with the ministry. Mr. Speaker, sir, I believe this ministry plays a crucial role during these testing times, where we need to work with everybody. And now is the chance for us to come together as politicians and succeed. To say that a rainy day demands of us that we shelter and protect Fiji to weather the storm, and rather than argue about who gets to hold the umbrella. Mr. Speaker, sir, in closing, let me repeat the words of my late father, spoken in this Parliament some 50-odd years ago in this very house, which still resonates today as a much-needed rallying call in this august House. He said, and I quote, that there is a complete lack of true nationalism within our society. I am not saying that there should be nationalism to the point of waging war on neighboring countries or anything like that. But unless and until our community is welded together and finds itself in a position where it can and it should rely on its own efforts, pursue a policy of self-sufficiency, work out things with honor, I'm sure we will simply go on as we have done in the past. The first and foremost thing for this country to do is to weld the community together, unquote. Mr. Speaker, sir, we are leaders. We need to weld our communities together to make Fiji a better place. All in this august House need to rally behind the Honourable Prime Minister to achieve a united and a better Fiji. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, I thank you for allowing me to deliver my maiden speech. Vinawalewu, sir.